afternoon. So it's Valentine's Day, and I'm going to make my Valentine some chocolate fudge, or some fudge. And I found a recipe that is acceptable for me to use with the ingredients that I use in my home now. So I have extra virgin olive oil, and it's been melted. It's a half a cup of that. I have a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. It's organic maple syrup, and this is grade B, which is what you want to get because it hasn't been so refined. I have pure vanilla, and then I have the Hershey's cocoa. It's 100% cocoa. I think that's the way you say it. And it's dark. It's special dark. And then I have walnuts. And I'm supposed to have a pinch of salt. So I'll do some pinch of salt here. So this is extremely easy to make. So what I'm going to do first is pour the coconut oil into here, and then pour, and you can use honey also. It was out of my raw honey, which I'm sad to say, and my vanilla, and then my chocolate. And all you do, put my little pinch of salt in there, all you do is whisk it together until it's nice and smooth. And because it's coconut oil, when it gets cold or at a cold room temperature, then it will get hard again. And that's what will make the fudge good. And coconut oil is so good for you that I can trick myself into saying that this is a really good thing to do. So I've lined my pan with parchment paper. And I'm just putting it in here. And then I'm going to put my walnuts on the top. Kind of sprinkle them throughout. Obviously, you can make it without nuts. These nuts have been soaked and dried so that they'll digest really easily. How beautiful that is. And then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour and then cut it. And that is the entire recipe. So our chocolate is ready. I'm going to take it out. And you can see it's very solid. And I'm just going to take this little heart and I'm going to see if this will work. Oh man, it does. How cute is that? There's my little Valentine heart. So I'm just going to go around and make little hearts for our dessert tonight. But there you go. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to cook with real food. This is a yam that just went in the garbage. A yam. This is cabbage. And this is a tri-tip. We bought it at the farmer's market last year, and it's actually all in little pieces and just ready to make succulent. I'm going to bake it. I've let it cook overnight with just some, there's all kinds of seasonings you can do for it, but I just did some of the magic blackened steak stuff because I had it and it was easy. And so I just put it on both sides, wrapped it back up, and let it sit there. see if that works better. If you can see me better. Yeah. Okay, let's do it that way. Okay. So, I buy in the organic section, and so sometimes it has imperfections in it. So I'm going to wash it off, and then I'm going to slice it up and just steam it. This I'm going to cut, get all the blemishes off, cut it in two, and just bake it with some cinnamon and butter, along with the tri-tip. And that is I love cooking with real food, because if you just lay something in front of me, then I just go, oh, we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this. And it's so much better for me than what I used to do when there's, oh, I have to have a box of macaroni, or I have to have a hamburger helper, or something horrible like that in order to cook. Now it just comes, and it's just, this is real food. That is real food. And so you just figure out what to do with it. So here we go. I'm gonna wash this. So I'm gonna move my meat so that I don't contaminate anything else. And put my vegetables on here. And there's still some dark marks. I don't care. I'm just gonna cut it up. Can't wait for me to be able to grow my own cabbage. I love cabbage. I don't think you can cook too much cabbage. It's so versatile in so many ways. I'm just going to cut it in two. And what am I going to do with it? I'm going to pull out my steamer, which is this little thing, and I'm going to set it inside of my pan. So I fill it up with a little bit of water, stick my steamer inside, stick all my vegetables in there. Put some salt and pepper on it. And as it's done, I'll put a big hunk of butter on it to melt down. And that is prepared. That is ready to cook. Now we'll work on the sweet potato. Just take a few of its blemishes off, not that we need to. I've washed it. This year I'm going to attempt to grow sweet potatoes. They take a special art, special soil, and then once you have it done, and this is a white sweet potato. There's all different kinds. I like the orange ones myself, but this is what they had yesterday on the organic. And this one's a little bit big, so I'm going to cut it this way so it'll just cook a little bit easier. And then I'm going to take some coconut oil and just rub it on them. Now these are going to take longer to cook than the tri-tip, so I'm going to start them first. I'm just going to put them right here in my dish. Put a little salt on them. And the secret wonderful ingredient for sweet potatoes is put a little cinnamon on them. And then I do put cinnamon on them afterwards too. And don't be afraid to be generous with your coconut oil. And just put it in there. So this is ready now. And that's it. Those two things are prepared. The tri-tip was prepared yesterday, so it's just ready to go into the pan. So I'll put it in the pan, but let me put this away first so that we don't contaminate our meat. All right. And now that is ready to go in. And I will turn my temperature on my stove to 400 and cook this once it's done for 15 minutes and then turn it down. And I'll tell you more in just a moment. Okay, the sweet potatoes are in. This I'm going to set back in the refrigerator. It can rest in there. I'm pretty much a stickler about letting my meat sit out so that they don't get anything happening bad to them. All right, I'll be back when I'm ready to cook more. So my real food took me that long to fix, and now it's going to go in, and I don't have to be in the kitchen anymore right now. And so here's our meal. Let me put it down like that. And I'm going to move this over just so that you can see one of these plates. And see the cabbage, the sweet potato, and the tri-tip. And don't forget, far over there, I'm going to zoom in, is the chocolate. Happy Valentine's Day!